That's why I'm going to record this video conference for them para may reference din tayo. Okay? So again, good afternoon, grade 8 ilang-ilang. So we will now begin our video conference this afternoon. So to start, let me share to you first my screen. Screen. Window. Yan. Share. So I believe kita nyo na yung aking screen. Okay. So let's start. For today's video conference, we're going to talk about the human law and common good. So this is me once again, your teacher Jomar, that will be discussing these two topics. So let's proceed. So in this video conference, we have four objectives. First is recognize the principles that govern man's conduct. Second is to define common good. Third, to believe in the noble convictions which unite all men into the brotherhood of man. And last is to cultivate the natural inclination to do good and avoid evil. So let's proceed to the formal discussion of the topic. So we have four topics to discuss. First is your rules. This is a quick activity. And second is defining law. What is a law? And next is the purpose of law. And last will be the discussion of the common good. So let's first have your rules, the quick activity. So if you will be given a chance to set one specific rule in law in the Philippines, what is it and why? Sir, paano ka po pipili kung sino yung... Actually, I'm going to choose two from your section kung sino ang sasagot ng question na to. Okay? So, I have here a random picker wheel, ruleta ng kapalaran, kung sino ang papalarin. So, and stop muna tayo ng sharing. Okay? So, tingnan natin kung sino ang mananalo at sila ang sasagot ng quick activity natin. Para walang daya, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung ating ruleta. Yan. Kita nyo na ba? Hopefully, kita nyo.
Kita na po, sir.
Yan. Nandyan lahat ng mga pangalan ng grade 8 ilang-ilang. So, ang unang sasagot, so we will choose two. Sino kaya ang una? Ikot, ruleta, go. Ayan na nga po. Ang magbabahagi sa atin, ang magsasagot ng katanungan ay si... Walang iba kundi si... Ops. Sino yon? Si Hernandez Francesca Mia. At ang susunod na pipili, na sasagot after ni Cheska, sino kaya ang pangalawang sasagot? Okay, walang iba kundi si Angelica Suarez Luna. Yan. Okay. So, nakapili na tayo ng dalawa. So, exit tayo. Balik tayo sa PowerPoint presentation. So, alam niyo na kung sino ang sasagot. So, we have Hernandez and Luna. To answer the question, if you will be given a chance to set one specific rule or law in the Philippines, what is it and why? So, contestant number 1, please answer the question. We have contestant number 1, Miss Hernandez Mia Francesca.
Hi, sir.
Okay. Anong sagot, anong iyong opinion dyan? O anong iyong gustong sabihin sa tanong?
Sir, siguro po yung pag-aaral po ng different dialects para mawala po yung barrier ng mga islands po, yung magkakahiwalay po para po maiintindihan po nila yung sinasabi.
Okay, the study or pag-aaral ng ibang dialekto ng ibang Pilipino, tama ba, Jessica?
Yes po, sir. Kasi nahihirapan din po yung iba magsalita ng Tagalog.
Yes, agree ako dyan kasi I've been to several places in the Philippines, and some merong mga tao talaga nakakaiba yung salita, especially in Bicol. Actually, hindi ko masyado kabisado yung lengguwahe ng mga Bicolano. Sa Batangas, medyo okay pa, mas malapit naman siya sa sinasabi ng mga Losinahin. Pero pagdating dun sa mga parteng Visayas, Mindoro, medyo naiiba na yung kanilang dialect. So, magandang mungkahi, Francesca. So, let's have the next or second contestant to answer that question. Miss Angelica Luna. Thank you, Cheska. Luna, saan ka na, Luna? Tama ba? Si Luna yon, Angelica Suarez Luna. Nandito ba siya? Oo,
Sir,
nandito.
nag-chat po siya.
Opo, sir.
Ayun, sorry. Make the age of consent higher. So expound, can you please expound or explain more about this? Make the age of consent higher. Ano to, sa mall? Can you please explain this, Angelica? You can simply turn on your microphone para mas mabilis ang explanation, or kung nahihiya ka talaga sa sistema natin, you can just type in your explanation. Hold up, what? So again, our question is, if you will be given a chance to set one specific rule or law in the Philippines, what is it and why? Ayan, medyo lag daw. Sige, willing to wait naman kami, Angelica. Yan talaga. Pag importante sa'yo, ay hintayin mo. Yan. Sir, lagi po. Lagi. Antayin namin, Angelica. Marami pa naman tayong oras. We still have 21 minutes in this 21 minutes left for this video conference. Yan. Baka mayroong pang gustong mag-share except for Francesca and Luna. Baka may gustong mag-add. Sabi ni Francesca, gusto niya yung law na pag-aaral ng different dialects para mas maunawaan natin ang kulturang Pilipino. At para magkaunawaan din ng isa't isa. Pero magandang mungkahi yun. So kung titingnan natin mabuti, nandun na agad yung yung habang inaantay natin yung sagot ni Angelica, let's focus first on the suggestion of Francesca. Dun sa sinabi niya, nakikita natin agad dun yung salitang common good. Nandun na agad yung intention para sa kabutihang panlahat. To unite all Filipinos in different dialects. Pero medyo mahirap yun kung pag-aaralan natin isa-isa. Hindi ko alam kung ilang language or dialect meron tayong mga Pilipino. Well, the reason of that is because yung iba kasing parts ng Philippines hindi inabot ng colonization. Kaya hindi naapektuhan yung kanilang mga dialect, na-preserve yung kanilang dialect. Yan. Specifically po sa sexual activity, dahil po may mga batang in love sa ganito. Sexual activity, is this online or physical interaction? Both. Make the age of consent higher. Actually, hindi natin to control because if we're going to relate this to a social media platform, you can fake your birthday. Tama ba? Kasi yung mga pamangkin ko, though hindi pa naman sila eligible to create a Facebook account, they already have a Facebook account. Kasi nadadaya yung kanilang birthdays dun sa sign up. So, pero maganda itong sinabi mo, Angelica. Well, sana meron talaga ng strict policy when it comes to age consent about this matter. Well, marami talaga na-expose ngayon sa mga sexual activity at kinakailangan ng maingat na paghuhusga para maisabuhay yung mabubuting gawain para maiwasan to. Well, thank you so much, Francesca and Angelica, for sharing your thoughts about answering the question. So we will now proceed to the next to the next slide. Let me share to you my screen again. Ito na yung share screen. Window. Yan. Yan. Kita na sana? Okay, so let's proceed. So according to Munay Khan, every criminal has a good mind conquered by evil. So lahat ng tao sa mundo ay nilikhang mabuti or likas na mabuti. Again, nagkakamali ang isang tao or nakagawa ng pagkakamali ang isang tao dahil meron siyang sariling pagpapahalaga or they have their own set of values. Meron silang ibang pinapahalagahan. Okay, so according to Muekan, again, every criminal has a good mind conquered by evil. Di ba, sabi ko, for instance, merong isang nagnakaw, pero actually, nagnakaw siya para sa ikabubuti ng kanyang pamilya, para may pangkain. Pero hindi natin may aalis na ito ay masama. Ito ay masamang gawain. Kaya nagkameron tayo ng tinatawag na batas para malimitahan kung ano yung tamang gawin at kung ano yung mga maling gawain. Okay? So for me, let's define first what is law. Ano nga ba ang law na ating pag-aaralan ngayon? So law as defined by Black's Law Dictionary, it is in our KHAB module. Law has been defined as body of rules of action or conduct prescribed by a controlling authority and having binding legal force, which means that we must obey and follow by the citizens subject to sanctions or legal consequences is a law. Okay? So the idea of the written laws goes back to the ancient Mesopotamian culture that prospered long before the Bible was written or the civilization of the Greeks or Romans. So ito yung tinatawag nating yung Ebla tablets. So the oldest known evidence of a law, code is tablets. Ito yung pag napunta kayo sa Syria, may discover sila dong mga maliliit na stone tablets. Yan, ito yung itsura niya. So these 16,000 plus clay tablets were discovered in Aleppo, Syria at Tel Madrid in the late 1970s by Italian archaeologist Paolo Mattielli. Sorry. So meron dito tinranscribe yan, pero more on biblical rules yan. So however, most scholars credit Hammurabi's code as the origin of written laws and formal legal system. So ano ba yung Hammurabi Code, sir? Ano ba sinasabi niya? Though, again, both these Ebla tablets and the Hammurabi's Code is considered as law. Doon kasi sa Hammurabi Code law, sinasabi na it is a collection of 282 rules, establish standards for commercial interactions, and set fines, again, and punishments to meet the requirements of justice. So kung babalikan natin kung tingnan natin sa Biblia, meron na agad tayong pinuturing na batas or meron na agad sinabing rules na bawal kainin yung apple o anumang mansan, anumang prutas yon. Pero dahil sinuway nila, nagkameron sila ng punishment. Pinalaya sila sa Garden of Eden. So again, kapag nag-violate tayo sa isang law, meron yung katapat na parusa or punishment. So again, law, merong purpose ang law. So we have 4 principles of law or purposes of law: establishing standards, maintaining order, resolving disputes, and protecting liberties and rights. But in my opinion, in my own personal belief, law was created or the purpose of law is to correct mistake. Lagi ko yung sinasabi, the law is created for correcting mistake. Kasi hindi magkakameron ng law kung hindi tayo nagkakamali. But then again, meron talagang law dahil man is bounded or destined to commit mistake. But we have to learn from those mistakes. Kailangan hindi natin papalit-ulitin yun. So let's have this purpose of law as defined by a book or yung sinabi nun sa KHA. Let's proceed. So purposes of law. So establishing standard. So let's first define what is a standard. So according to Merriam Dictionary, a standard is repeatable, harmonized, agreed, and documented way of doing something. So standards contains technical specifications or other precise criteria designed to be used consistently as a rule, guideline, or a definition. In addition, a standard can help us to make life simpler and increase the reliability and effectiveness of many of the goods and services that we use. So mahalaga na merong standard ang isang batas. Meron siyang pinagbabasehan. Dapat specific at nakasulat kung ano ba talaga yung sinasabi ng batas. Well, if you're going to take a look at the 10 Commandments, yung sinasabi doon na bawal pumatay. Well, kung sinasabing bawal pumatay, pag, pag, pag pumatay ka ng lamok, kasalanan na ba agad yun? So hindi masyado specific yung batas sa ibang yung batas. So that's why we have to be specific and we have to create a concrete and definite standard for us to before we create a law or para saan ba talaga yung law na gagawin mo. Okay? Second purpose of law is maintaining order. So we have here an example. Rules set by teachers inside the classroom or the code of conduct yung nasa inyong student handbook. So dapat there's no dapat meron kayong alam tungkol sa batas na ipinapatupad ng isang institusyon, school, kumpanya o anumang establishmento. Dapat aware kayo sa mga batas na 'yon. Even if you're going to go to other country, you have to be aware na meron silang batas na sinusunod. Hindi lahat ng batas sa Pilipinas ay applicable doon sa ibang bansa. So again, you have to make your own research about laws in other countries. Baka kasi akala mo okay sa'yo pero sa kanila mali. Okay? So you have walang exemption na hindi mo alam yung batas because you have to know the law. Hindi pwedeng sinasabi na ignorance of the law. Kasalanan pa rin yan. Kailangan alam mo yung batas. Nasabi yun sa student handbook. Wala kang ligtas doon. Third purpose of the law is resolving dispute. So an example for this is solving discipline cases using the student handbook. Kapag nagkameron ng kaso or may gusto kang ireklamo na naaayon sa batas, hindi mo pwedeng kasuhan na agad yan. O mali na agad ang ginagawa niya. O dapat makulong yan. O dapat bigyan mo ako ng fine. Hindi pwedeng ganon. So kinakailangan may due process tayo kapag magre-resolve tayo ng isang cases. Kaya nga meron tayong student handbook. Nandun yung process for solving specific cases. Meron tayong mga process sa level 1, process sa level 2, level 3, at level 4. So hindi tayo agad-agad nagbibitaw or nagbababa ng sanction or punishment sa isang estudyante kapag nag-violate siya ng isang rule. There's a specific rule or guidelines or protocol to be followed. Yan. And last purpose of the law is protecting liberties and rights. Or we have here the human rights. Okay, actually, if we're going to read about the human rights, nandun na almost lahat ng karapatan ng tao. Well, sabi ko nga, di ba, pag-aaralan yung RH Bill, yung SOGI Bill, yung anti-discrimination, yung anti-terrorism law. Well, if you're going to ask me kung sir, pabor ka ba sa mga yon, sa reproductive health bill, if you're going to ask me, based from my own opinion, based from my own knowledge nung nabasa ko yon, well, it is just a repetition of the law. So, hindi naman siya kailangan kasi naandun naman siya sa family code na. Okay? At yung sa SOGI bill naman, sa SOGI bill, if you're going to ask me what is my opinion about the SOGI bill, for me, again, it is a repetition of the law. Na in general kasi dapat, well, di ba, protecting liberties and the rights. Meron tayong tinatawag na yung acts and Yung violence against woman, yung violence against woman na yung sa aking yung profile picture. Though I support violence I support to end violence against women, pero kung iisipin mong mabuti, hindi lang naman yung babae ang nababiolate. Meron ding mga lalaki na nababiolate sa ibang paraan, di ba? Well, dapat i-generalize. Though lumalabas sa statistical data na mas maraming babae ang na-violent sa hindi magandang paraan at mababa yung statistical data sa lalaki, hindi rason yun para i-neglect yung situation na nararanasan ng isang lalaki. Okay, so dapat kinakailangan na hindi lang one-sided yung ipinaglalaban ng isang batas. So, kailangan in general dapat siya. Okay? So, again, these are the 4 purpose of the law. So, we have rules. No one, again, nasabi nga, if we're going to sum up what is written in the KHAB module, so we have basically, the rules of the law is just no one, absolutely no one is above the law. Even the lawmakers itself or yung gumawa ng batas, hindi siya exempted dun sa ginawang batas. Ay kinakailangan talaga may managot sa iyong pagkakamali. Well, magandang explanation, magandang ipakita ito magandang makita ito kapag pinanood nyo yung Korean novela Korean novela ba or Korean movie? I'm not sure, but the title of the Korean novela is Remember. Yan, Remember. Yung Remember kasi, yung meron doon isang bata na ang lakas-takas, ang talas ng kanyang memorya. Kumbaga nagpa-flashback lahat ng mga memory niya para masustas niya yung isang kaso. Doon meron sila ng situation doon na kung saan na yung tatay niya na pagkamala na pumatay pero hindi naman. Pero at the end of the Korean novela, the truth prevails. Yung katotohanan pa rin yung lumabas. Kahit itago mo ng itago ang katotohanan, lalabas at lalabas yan. There are instances na ikaw na mismo yung magtisiwalat ng katotohanan. Nasaan na yung PowerPoint? Yan. So, ako, I made a research. Each ranking in Global Rule of Law Index sinks under Duterte administration. So, dito pumapasok yung the safest, how safe is the Philippines? So, based from Rappler.com, from 2016, nasa 70th place tayo. Bumaba siya ng 18 places ng 2017 to 2018. This means that the Philippines saw significant drops in 4 out of 8 criteria used in the study. It ranked 99 out of 113 countries in terms of adherence to fundamental rights. Tsaka yung sa criminal justice, tsaka yung constraints in the government powers. Well, the updated data, ngayong 2020, tinignan ko ulit yung data niya, nag-research ako, umakyat naman tayo sa ika-84. Hindi na tayo ika-88, ika-84 na tayo sa 2000, ngayong taong to. Well, hindi ko alam kung matutuwa ako kasi tumaas ng 4, pero still bumaba pa rin, hindi natin ma-meet or mataasan pa yung previous rank natin noong 2016. Maybe because some of our lawmakers hindi masyado pinag-aaralan yung ating mga batas or basta makagawa lang ng batas. Again, sa paggawa kasi ng batas, kinakailangan mo tingnan lahat ng anggulo kung meron pa ba siyang butas na pwedeng makasira or ma-debunk yung batas na yon. So, kinakailangan ng masusing pag-aaral para makagawa ng isang batas. So now, let's proceed with common good. Common good is very related to law because kung gagawa kasi tayo ng law, kinakailangan mong isaalang-alang ang kabutihang panlahat. So yun yung tinatawag nating common good, kabutihang panlahat. So let's define first common good. Common good, according to Webster Dictionary, it is the public good and for the advantage of everyone. So again, kinakailangan iisipin mo kung ano yung ikakabuti ng lahat. That is the common good. So, dun muna tayo, meron tayong, yan, nawala. Yun. Yan. So, I have here a picture from the animated series Dr. Stone. So, tapos na yung season 1. Na-relate ko lang to kasi nandun yung pagtatalo ni Tsukasa at ni Zenku. Well, kung napanood niyo na yung anime, maganda siya kasi nandito yung makikita niyo dito talaga yung common good. Si Tsukasa kasi, ang kanyang stand ay since lahat ng tao sa buong mundo ay na-petrified at sila lang yung nabuhay. So this is a good start para mawala lahat ng masasama. So for Tsukasa, ang bubuhayan lang nila ay yung mga bata at alam nilang mabubuting tao. Kung alam nilang masama yung isang taong yon, hindi na nila bubuhayin. So sisirain na agad nila yung stone para hindi na siya ma-petrified. Well, kay Zenku naman, using his knowledge in science, gusto niyang buhayin lahat regardless of their character or attitude or kung ano mang nagawang kasalanan ng tao, kung siya ba ay mabuti o masama, basta kay Zenku, ibuhayin silang lahat. So, in the principle of Zenku, doon lumalabas yung common good, yung kabutihang panlahat. Kasi mas iniisip niya yung kapakanan ng nakakarami kesa sa kapakanan ng kanyang sariling adhikain. Yun yung sinasabi naman ni Zenku. Another example is another picture from an animated series. Yan, yung The Promised Neverland. So we have here Norman versus Emma versus Ray. So ano yung stand nila? Si Norman gusto niyang maayos, pero gusto niya patayin yung mga yung mga tawag doon, yung zombies, yung mga monster. Tapos si Ray naman parang go with the flow kung ano yung stand kung ano yung mas nakakalamang. Pero kay Emma kasi gusto niyang buhayin parehas yung lahat ng mga bata, tsaka lahat ng tao, tsaka yung mga monster gusto niyang mabuhay parehas. So lalabas din dito yung kabutihang panlahat or common good. Mas iniisip ni Emma na mas mabuhay lahat kaysa mamatay yung isang race. Okay? Well, kung i-relate naman natin to society, if I'm going to ask you which one is important, yung kaibigan mo ba o yung magulang mo? So maybe, or some of you will say yung kaibigan ko. Bakit kaibigan? Siguro kasi nakaranas ka ng masamang experience sa iyong pamilya, kaya mas pinipili mo yung iyong kaibigan. Or mas pinipili mo yung kaibigan mo kasi mas nagbibigay ng oras sila sa iyo kaysa sa mga magulang mo. Or pwede namang piliin mo yung magulang mo kasi masaya ka sa iyong pamilya. And sila yung talagang kadugo mo. At sila yung unang aagapay sa iyo sa oras ng pangailangan mo. So, again, our choices depends upon our values in life. But defining or knowing the definition or knowing the the concept of common good, sa tingin mo, ano yung mas magandang piliin? Yung sarili mong kapakanan sa ikaliligaya mo or sa ikaliligaya ng mas nakakarami? So, it's already 1:31 in the afternoon. We do not have enough time to discuss further about law and common good. So, let us end this video conference. Thank you so much, grade 8 Ilang-Ilang, for listening. I hope you learned something from our video conference. This is once again your teacher Jomar, ang teacher nyong maligalig, saying keep safe, God bless, and be humble. Thank you, grade 8 Ilang-Ilang.
Hi, sir. Sir,
Hi,
nakita niyo na
sir.
naman po yung chinat ko about
Thank you po,
kay
sir.
Marcos. Ano.
Thank you po, sir.
Oo.
Bye, sir. Thank you po. Stay safe.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
guys.
Bye po. Ingat po kayo.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Alvin.